Welcome to 7th grade math. That was your homework that was due. Mini lab, the lengths of two objects are shown in the table. So we have a paper clip and a CD case, and it gives us their length in millimeters and centimeters. Compare the measurements of the objects and write a rule that describes how to convert from millimeters to centimeters. Divide by 10. Measure the length of your classroom in meters. Make a conjecture about how to convert this measure to centimeters. Let's say the room is 5 meters, about 16 feet. There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So multiply by 100. Metric system, a decimal system of measure. The prefixes commonly used in this system are kilo, centi, and milli. We have prefix kilo, thousands, and in numbers it's 1,000. Centi, we have hundredths, and in numbers it's 0.01. The one is in the hundredths place. Milli, thousandths, and it's 0.001. The one is in the thousandths place. A meter, the base unit of length in the metric system. Using the prefixes, the names of the other units of lengths are formed. Notice that the prefix tells you how the units relate to the meter. So kilometer, the symbol is km, and relationship to a meter, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Notice above, kilo is 1,000. And 1 meter is 1,000ths of a kilometer. And we have meter, which is m. 1 meter equals 1 meter. Hopefully that makes sense. Centimeter, cm. 1 centimeter is 100th of a meter. And 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Millimeter, mm. 1 millimeter is 1,000th of a meter. And 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. Okay, here's a place value chart, and up top we see what we're used to in our base 10 system, and then below we're going to put in the metric system. So we have kilo, hecto, deca, basic unit, deci, centi, milli. And in our system, our base 10, each place value is 10 times the place value to its right. And in the metric system, the value of each metric prefix is 10 times the value of the prefix to its right. So there are some similarities. Liter, the base unit of capacity in the metric system. Gram measures mass, the amount of matter in an object. Kilo, base unit of mass in the metric system. In the metric system, the base unit of mass is the kilogram, because the mass of everyday objects, like a textbook, is more easily measured in kilograms, not grams. Scaffolding questions. To change a metric measure of length, mass, or capacity from one unit to another, you can use the relationship between the two units in multiplication power of 10. To convert from a large metric unit to a smaller metric unit, multiply by power of 10. So if we're going to go from larger metric unit to smaller metric unit, we will multiply and move the decimal point to the right, the same number of places as the number of zeros in the power of 10. What is 9 times 10? 90. So we move the decimal point one place to the right to get an extra 0 or to get a 0. What is 9 times 100? 900. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the right that time. What is 9 times 1,000? 9,000. We move the decimal point 3 places. To convert from a smaller metric unit to a larger metric unit, multiply by a power of 10 that's less than 1. So move the decimal point to the left, the same number of places as the number of decimal places in the power of 10. What is 9 times A tenth. 9/10. We move the decimal point one place to the left. What is 9 times 0.01 or 1/100th? 9/100ths. We move the decimal point one place to the left. What is 9 times 1,000ths? It's 9,000ths. We move the decimal point another place to the left. Convert units in the metric system. Convert 4.5 liters to milliliters. So you need to convert liters to milliliters, and we know that milli means thousands. So use the relationship of 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, and we'll just write that out. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. And if we multiply each side by 4.5, since we have 4.5 liters and we know there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter, we can multiply each side times 4.5. And remember, we have to, whatever we do to one side, we have to do the other. And to multiply, we're going to move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So 4.5 liters equals 4,500 milliliters. Convert 500 millimeters to meters. And you need to convert millimeters to meters. And we know milli means thousands. So 1 millimeter equals 1,000th of a meter. So if we write the relationship, and then we multiply each side by 500, since you have 500 millimeters times 500, and we'll do 1,000th of a meter times 500, and we get 500 millimeters equals 0.5 meters. And 25.4 grams equals how many kilograms? So you need to convert grams to kilograms. Kilo equals thousands. And we'll use the relationship of 1 gram equals 1,000th of a kilogram. And we'll just write that relationship. 1 gram equals 1,000th of a kilogram. And multiply each side by 25.4, since you have 25.4 kilograms. And we get, we'll move the decimal point 3 places to the left. And we get 25.4 kilograms equals 0.254 kilograms. So 25.4 grams equals 0.0254 kilograms. 158 millimeters equals how many meters? Convert millimeters to meters. Milli equals thousands. And we'll use the relationship 1 millimeter equals 1,000th of a meter. So we have that relationship, and we're going to multiply each side by 158. Since we have 158 millimeters, we get 158 times 1 millimeter, 158 times 1,000th of a meter, and we will get 158 thousandths of a meter. Real world example. The California grizzly bear was designated the official state animal in 1953. Use the information on the right to find the maximum weight of a grizzly bear in grams. So the maximum weight of a grizzly bear is 521.64 kilograms. You need to convert kilograms to grams. And since the maximum weight of a grizzly bear is 521.64 or 64 hundredths kilograms, use the relationship 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So we'll just write that again and multiply each side by 521.64, since you have that many kilograms. And we get 521.64 kilograms equals 521,640 grams. So what we did was, we could have done the math out or simply moved the decimal point 3 places to the right. So the maximum weight of a grizzly bear is 521,640 grams. Check your progress. A bottle contains 1.7 liters of juice. How many milliliters is this? You need to convert liters to milliliters. Use the relationship 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. We'll write that relationship, and we will multiply each side by 1.75, since you have 1.75 liters. 1.75 times 1 liter, 1.75 times 1,000 milliliters, and we get 1.75 liters equals 1,750 milliliters. And you could have simply moved the decimal point 3 places to the right in the 1.75. To convert measures between customary units and metric units, use the relationship below. So length, customary, we have 1 inch, and that's approximately 2.54 centimeters. 1 foot is approximately 0.3 or 3/10 of a meter. 1 yard is approximately 91 hundredths of a meter. And 1 mile is approximately 1.61 kilometers. Weight, 1 pound is approximately 453.6 grams. 1 pound is approximately 0.4536 kilograms, and 1 ton is approximately 907.2 kilograms. Capacity, 1 cup is approximately 236.59 milliliters. 1 pint is approximately 473.18 milliliters, and 1 quart is approximately 946.35 milliliters. 1 gallon is approximately 3.79 liters. Convert between measurement systems. Convert 17.22 inches to centimeters. Use the relationship 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So there's a relationship. 1 inch is approximately 2.54 centimeters. And if we multiply each side by 17.22, since you have 17 and 22 hundredths inches, we will get 43.7388. Convert 28.5 milliliters to cups. Use the relationship 1 cup is approximately 236.59 milliliters. And you'll multiply by 1 cup over 236.59 milliliters. 828.5 milliliters multiply is approximately 828.5 milliliters times 1 cup over 236.59 milliliters. As we've seen before, we will cancel out the common units, and we get 828.5 cups over 236.59. And if we simplify that, we get 3.5 cups.